Hello, my name is Jordan Gamble, and today I'm going to be presenting on the success and challenges and strategies that were used by Legacy PC in the simulation game. So to begin, the goal or the vision of Legacy was to enable everyone the freedom to stay connected at work from anywhere they want. So the way we achieve this is by partnering with Elon Musk and his satellite network to have an internet service everywhere in the world, and that would be our niche market. However, as the game progressed, I kind of shifted my vision, and we kind of lost track of that vision. And so that would be one, I would say, improvement is sticking with your vision throughout the course of a company. So our total performance, we did overall pretty poorly. We got 0.4 when everybody else was getting 0.9, 51. The main reasons you can see here, Legacy Performance, or Legacy PC, our company, in terms of investing in the future, we did well. But then in terms of manufacturing productivity, we did well. But then in the other areas, we didn't do so well. Hold on, let me pause it for a second. The rats are making a lot of noise. Alright, I'm back. Fed the rats some orange peels, so they should be quiet. Moving on to the balanced scorecard charts. Some of the charts that might be of interest are our financial performance. We are the blue line, as you can see, kind of up and down. In terms of market performance, we did very well in the beginning, slumped off over time. Marketing effectiveness, we kind of did great initially, but then lost our marketing skills. Investing in the future, we definitely invested a lot. Surprisingly, green outpaced us there. We didn't outpace everyone else. And then in terms of wealth, we did not increase wealth. And then human resources, we were definitely below average. Manufacturing productivity, we were above everyone the whole time. Financial risk, we took on a lot of debt. So let's talk about our market performance. Legacy PC failed mainly because our target segments were not accurate. We chose to focus, instead of on the Mercedes and Workhorse, which you can see the Mercedes ended up taking over, outpacing the other market segments in the end, while traveler market initially was high. It over time lost demand for that. So I should have shifted, but instead we stuck with our traveler and Workhorse target segments, and that was our mistake. Marketing effectiveness, I would say I realized that the sales offices were selling way more than the web sales offices, so I focused there. I hired more people. That might have been a mistake. We might have, the reason we had total demand might have been because we hired less web sales office people. I've yet to learn or try that. In general, it's interesting to note that the demand, you can see the demand for the 3 different types of engineer type computers was pretty consistent. It was all in the 300s, regardless of the they all had basically the same components, so demand was same. But you'll notice later on that the price changed, even though demand didn't. So that was interesting. Market share. Initially, we had huge market share. We had over 44% market share, and then we lost market share, which was not good. And then we ended up not having as much market share. But it's interesting to note because I thought market share was a good metric of success, but it turns out that there's a lot of other measurements of success for a company. Again, this is showing that the sales office channels had a lot less in the web sales. You can see that they sold much less, almost a quarter of what, less than a quarter, what we sold in the sales offices. Those charts are not helpful. So channel profitability, this is interesting because you can see that I priced all of my products pretty much at the low end of the scale. I was lowest price, but for some reason people did not buy my computers. In fact, you can see that I priced one at $4,000, which was almost the equivalent of the lower one in terms of its device capabilities, and I still ended up only selling about 300 of them. So price didn't really make a difference. Turns out profitability, I think I have more. Yeah, so here's my profitability statements. So almost $2,000 more profitable for the ones that I priced higher, even though they had the same components. So definitely price, I needed a better price strategy. I did not do that very well. Overall profitability, we were negative 2,000 the second quarter and negative every other quarter, so not great. Financial risk. Let's see. In terms of debt, we had a lot of debt. You can see here we had quite a bit of loans, which I took a $4 million loan out and then I paid it back. But I think what I should have done is kept it, because that money would have been helpful. We spent all the money we kept, and we did not seem to be able to get ahead in terms of cash flow. We just kept taking loan after loan. You can see here, there's the $4 million loan that we got. It's not a loan, it's a venture capital investment. And then the $2 million at the end of the game that I had an emergency loan take. In terms of asset management, I did do well in this field, so I was able to build a lot of sales offices and make a lot of sales. But the problem was I didn't have enough fixed operating capacity, so I wasn't able to produce enough, and we ended up having, I think, where is it? No. We had a lot of, so we had zero excess capacity, which is good, but we had a lot of lost sales due to stockouts. So that was my biggest problem. So while we did do really well in manufacturing productivity, we didn't do that well. Another thing to note is that our production employee productivity was really low at 50%. That came from due to us paying employees only $21,000 for salaried employees for the sales force, and only $13,000 for production workers. So again, paying your employees as minimum as possible, minimum wage, is not the best strategy. Lesson learned, because you end up with lower productivity, and that when you should be producing more, you should be paying them more. But so again, lesson learned, pay your employees. And that is it. So thank you very much.